Welcome to the Long Run. I'm Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to be doing some meal planning and going to buy groceries. But you're also going to see right now we're actually putting some chicken and gravy in the slow cooker. And basically we can't find our mic pack wherever that is. And they decided to cut the grass this morning too. So we got a lot of noise going on. So we're trying to get this recorded before they come back around again to do the weed eating. And, but we also got to put this in the slow cooker so that we actually can have dinner. So we're multitasking.
Yep.
So if you would like this recipe for chicken and gravy, we can link it down in the description. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take you outside to our freezer. We're going to show you our freezer and how we do our freezer inventory. And then after that, we're going to jump ahead to where we have our meal plan done. And we're going to tell you what the meal plan is. And then we're going to be going grocery shopping tomorrow, and we will take you in the stores with us for that. All right, so let's head outside. Okay, so now we are outside in our garage, and this is our freezer. All right, so we're going to show you the inside of that.
Well.
Come on, tough guy. All right, there we go. All right, we mentioned this in a recent video that we keep water bottles in our freezer. That's how we do that. And that really helps, like if you lose power at your home and your freezer doesn't have power for a little while, having frozen stuff in it actually helps keep everything cold inside. And we also did that. So if we had a hurricane and we lost power, we could move those into an ice, or some of those into an ice chest and use it as if it was ice. And then as it thaws out, then you can drink it. So, but anyway, that's a jar of chicken broth I made at home. I need to take that and move it to the front freezer because it's time to make more. But all right, so what we got right there?
Those are croissants.
Okay, so that is some croissants that we told y'all that we freeze the croissants, then take a few out at a time and thaw them out overnight. It's a low thaw. Then we've got
Hamburger meat.
Hamburger meat. Can you count and see how many we got of that?
We got 6.
6 hamburger meat. So what we're gonna do is, so we have this chart on our phone. As you can see, what we do is we just mark down how many we got. So he found 6 1-pound packs of ground beef. So he marked that to update it so that we knew exactly how much ground beef we have. Then we're gonna do the same thing with our boneless, skinless chicken breast. We're gonna see how many we have of that. And then we've got 2 packs of leg quarters. And those leg quarters have either 2 or 3 pieces in it, probably 3. Mm-hmm. And so we know that's going to cover 2 meals right away, 2 things of leg quarters. And if you know, recently we bought a pork roast, or whatever it's called, right there, picnic thing. But anyway, we haven't gotten around to making it yet, so we know that's going to end up on the meal plan because that will last us many, many meals. So that will definitely be on our 2-week meal plan. As you can see, he's counting the chicken that we have to see how many we have there. And again, he's marking it down so that we can update it, so that when I'm doing the meal plan, I know exactly how much chicken and beef and stuff like that I have. And then you see there, we have some rolls that we can use. We only use those occasionally, so they last a good while for us. And then we have, this right here is some chicken bones from the last time we made a whole chicken. And so we just put that back. Next time I make chicken broth, I have that ready. We have 1 whole chicken. Here they come with the lawnmower again. There's nothing behind those rolls. And that's all we have in the freezer. It is getting close to time to do a restock, just so that we have a restock of everything. But that's all that we have in there at the moment. So now, because we know what we have in our freezer, And then after we do a quick check on our pantry and refrigerator, then we'll be able to put some meals together. And so we're going to jump ahead to when I've done that. If you'd like to see a full thing where I put together a meal plan, we will link the video down in the description. I think I may have already said that once. But anyway, it'll be there if you want to see how we did that. But this time we're just going to jump ahead and we'll give you the list after I'm done. All right, guys, we're about to go into Aldi. We're just waiting for it to open up.
Yep. Sure, about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't open till 9 a.m. here. Anyway, so we're going to quickly go through our meal plan while we wait. And so what we're doing on Sunday is we're starting with leftovers from the chicken and gravy that you just saw us make at the beginning of the video. So we have leftovers of that. We'll eat that for dinner.
And then we're going to do hamburgers.
Then we're going to have a spatchcock chicken. If you're familiar with our channel, you know that sometimes we take a whole chicken, we cut the backbone out so that it will lay flat in the dish and then cook it that way so that it actually roasts in the oven faster.
And then we're going to take the leftover chicken and do a chicken and bacon pasta, which you'll see coming up sometime on the channel in the near future.
That's right, because it's a brand new one for us. They say try something new. Be sure to subscribe because we will give you our honest opinion on what we think of the actual recipe. We try to make it as close as possible to what it actually says in the recipe that we find. Recipe creator, the way they wrote it.
Yep.
All right, so, and that's supposed to have 6 servings, so we assume we will have leftovers of that, and we will eat that the next night.
And then we're going to do a breakfast skillet.
That's also a new one, and as we have been promising for like a month and a half, we're going to be doing a video with like 3 breakfast recipes that you could eat for breakfast or whenever you want, really. So that's what that one is. Breakfast skillet is the third one of the 3 that we're gonna do. Then we're gonna have homemade pizza,
and then we're gonna do pulled pork. We bought the pork a few weeks ago, had it in our freezer for a while, and we're gonna put it up in the slow cooker and let it cook, and then we'll do some pulled pork from that, and then we'll have several of those that we'll put away in our freezer for that we can eat later.
That's right. Yeah, we can just take it out, thaw it out. It'll already be pre-cooked. So that actually finishes us up. Normally, our first grocery haul of the month, which this will be, is a 2-week haul. But because we were out of town last week, we knew that we wouldn't be able to grocery shop, so we bought 2 weeks worth. That like brought us into the first week of May. So this is actually it's technically the first weekend of May, but it's already like May 6th.
Yep.
So we didn't need 2 weeks. We only needed to make it to the end of the second week, and then we'll do a 2-week haul the next time. So. Right. That was confusing, was it? Was it confusing? I don't know. Anyway, so we're just sitting here waiting for Aldi to open, and we're drinking, well, I'm drinking coffee, and yeah. So we will take you in there as soon as they open their doors. All right, so we're starting out here in Aldi at the avocados. They are 49 cents each right now, which is an excellent deal on avocados. So it's been a little while since we've been to Aldi in the past. The reason why we stopped buying the stackers for our son instead of Pringles is every time we come in here, they only had the original, and he didn't like those. But they have sour cream and onion bags, so $1.39. Okay, we're grabbing mozzarella. We got 4 of the small ones. They're how much? $1.99 each. And what we got there?
Buns.
For hamburgers, and it's $1.29. Okay, and we're grabbing 1 thing of organic peanut butter, $4.19, and we got grits here, and they were
$2.15.
$2.15. Now, every time that we come to Aldi, if we have used our box of long grain wild rice that we use for chicken and wild rice soup, we go ahead and restock. It's $2.09. We're going to get the original right here. Okay, and while we're buying rice, we're also stocking up on white rice. $2.39. We're grabbing one bottle of the organic pasta sauce. We use that for anything from actual pasta. $1.99. Okay, and we're grabbing one of these chicken bone broths. It's organic. Looks like minimal ingredients there. And it's $3.65. I'm grabbing one can of this sweet corn, and it's looks like it's 61 cents. I don't know what that little white part is on the top of it for. Like, is it, did they increase the price? Did they decrease it? Is it on sale? I don't know. We didn't need chicken for any recipes this week, but we are doing a stock up because $2.49 is an excellent deal for chicken in our area. So we're just grabbing like probably two? We're grabbing 2 of them. Okay, we're in our unsweetened almond milk here, and it's $2.39, it looks like. Heavy whipping cream for $4.69. We were going to get our eggs here, $2.27 for a dozen, but we looked on the Walmart app. Where is it? Right there. See. There we go. $1.70 for a dozen. So we're going to Walmart for eggs. Okay, we just finished at Aldi. What? How much was it?
$59.45.
$59.45, and now we're headed into our Walmart to finish this up. Okay, so we just had to do some, fancy reaching back because it was saying nothing, but Joel saw one back behind these other boxes and picked it up. But this is for our son. Still has a little trouble sleeping at night, and so the bedtime tea seems to like using it enough to keep using it, and hopefully it helps him. It's $3.96. Okay, like we said, in Aldi, the price of the eggs was cheaper here. It doesn't say it on the labels. The labels are still showing the same price as Aldi, $2.27 for a dozen, but Joel did a scan and it says $1.70. We got the 18 count, which is $2.52. Okay, if you know, you know that we get these generic cookies and cream Pop-Tarts pretty much every week for our son. They're not there. They also don't have them there in the Pop-Tart brand. So we're buying this for him instead, and that's a really big box, and it should last him a really long time. By the way, the deal is almost as good. This deal of getting $12.88, that box for $12.88, 15.9 cents per, almost as good as that one. As we stand here looking at this, we wanted to point out once again why you can't always trust the labels and you have to do the math yourself. Because this is correct. It's 14.9 cents per Pop-Tart. These are wrong. Well, actually, they're not wrong, but what they have... Yeah. They're not technically wrong, but what they've got there is meant to confuse you because it says 18.4. It actually says per each. That is incorrect. What that is per ounce. Per ounce, 18.4 cents per ounce. You do the math, you see that each Pop-Tart is actually 31 cents. And then this one down here, the big box, that was actually, how much was it? 20 something cents per Pop-Tart. So still better than buying the smaller boxes, but they are putting it confusing just to make you think you're getting a better deal when you're not. Okay, we're doing a recipe, the new one that we mentioned earlier in the video that calls for rigatoni, but we decided to do penne because that's Joel's favorite. It's 98 cents for a pound. We needed to grab a thing of paprika, and that's $2.42. So as we always say, be careful around these little clearance racks. just because they might convince you to buy something you don't need. But if y'all know, we buy French bread every week for our son to make French bread pizzas. And they did have French breads this week for 93 cents. We're going to try to use it because we've tried this at Walmart before and it won't ring up. Okay, and we only needed a few croissant rolls, and we're not going to Sam's Club, or we would get the 12 count. But since we're not, we're getting those 4, and they're how much?
$4.98.
$4.98. And yes, we bought some just gym shorts. I'm also going to grab pretty decent size of bananas. They are 58 cents per pound. Okay, we're grabbing a couple of these russet potatoes, $1.18 per pound. We're going to make some French fries with that. We're also getting a couple of sweet potatoes for me for different like meals, including when they eat the French fries, I'll just bake a potato to go with it. So we will put the totals on the screen. That's 98 cents per pound, and we'll put the total on the screen of what we actually spent. And we're also grabbing 1 bag of the baby red potatoes for our spatchcock chicken, and that's $3.27.
All right, so there's our Walmart shopping trip, and it was how much?
It was $39.09. Just as a note, you saw us pick up 18 count of eggs, and then we realized that not only was there a cracked one in there, but it was missing an egg, just not even there. So we put it back, and we ended up getting 1 dozen eggs, and so we spent slightly more than we would have if we had gotten an 18 count, because it probably was like a few cents. Anyway, so $39.09 plus our total from Aldi. We'll put that right there. Plus, we budgeted $600 for 3 adults for the whole month, and this is what we spent so far, because this is actually our first shopping trip of the month. And then this is how much we have left for the rest of the month. So.
Yeah, and drop us a comment below and let us know where you're finding your best deals, maybe where you're doing your shopping trips and things like that. We'd like to know those things because we don't have all the same things that some of you do in your shopping areas. So drop us those comments below and let us know that.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it today for the Long Run, Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a grace.
Bye.